Hey, it's Amy Tenderich from DiabetesMine. I'm trying out my first blog here because the American Heart Association was kind enough to give our advisory council free flips to make some videos, and they're trying to encourage patients to tell their stories about diabetes and the risk of heart disease, which I think is truly one of the things that is underappreciated as a risk factor. I know it's something nobody likes to think about, but when I do think about it, I remember that my father, who passed away from the effects of ill-treated type 2 diabetes, actually had heart issues at the end. So I think it's the biggest killer of people with type 2 diabetes in particular, and yet we don't hear much about it. So we talked about why that is, and mainly my thought was that when we think about the scary complications of diabetes, we always think about blindness, we think about amputation, we think about dialysis. That's already enough to deal with. But we don't really think about our heart health, and I don't think in the years that I've had diabetes, I can remember any doctor really talking to me about my heart health per se, other than the fact that now that I'm getting a little older, I was told to go on a statin. But I think there's a lot you can do proactively for your heart health, and anything that you do to make your heart healthy is obviously going to affect your A1C and the other aspects of your health. So it's really something we need to pay more attention to. And what I told the American Heart Association is, you can't just bombard people with the message that this is another scary thing to worry about. Rather, you need to give people some solutions. What can they do about it? And one thing that we discussed in our group was the diet notion, that we are also focused on carbs to keep our glucose steady, which is of course important, but a very low-carb diet can often be a very unhealthy heart diet because it has so much fat in it. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. So I very much appreciate being part of this American Heart Association campaign, and again, they're gathering patient stories. If you guys have anything to say about heart health and diabetes or stories to share, I'm going to post the link and they'll put them up on their Facebook page. And meanwhile, I'm getting used to my camera, and I hope I'll see you all again soon.